Hi, I'm Hallie Evelyn and I'm a transformational coach. You know, I have a lot of clients that I help get to the next level of their personal or their business development. But one question that comes up a lot is, how do I deal with my humanness? When you're a coach, people think you're gonna just be okay with whatever happens, or you're like always, bodhisattva is the word that people use. You're the Buddha. And the reality is that you're a spiritual being having a human experience. So the core of you is a spiritual being, but over that you have your personality and you have the 3D world that we live in that you're interacting with. So can be really hard to deal with. It can be really frustrating. I mean, in my life over the last, 3 or 4 days, I have been dealing with DirecTV, AT&T, Best Buy, and Comcast because I'm switching out a TV, I'm switching cable companies to satellite, and I'm adding a hard landline. That should have been a relatively straightforward occurrence, but in each case there have been terribly annoying and frustrating delays and problems. So you get into stuff like that and you're like, how can I deal with this? I'm ready to kill somebody. And being a spiritual coach is a great experience when you're wanting to help other people, but the trick, of course, is maintaining that equilibrium when you're dealing with things yourself. So I thought it would be helpful to have this video and to sort of walk you through some ways to stay present, ways to stay mindful, and ways to get through it when you have anger or frustration or you're like ready to kill something. Because that's the human parts of us, and we all have it. And pretending that we don't have that, pretending that we're the Buddha, is not going to necessarily get us through it when it comes up, when something comes up that really bothers us. So the first thing to do is to remember to breathe. You want to take 3 deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, preferably belly breaths. We don't want to breathe from our chests because that's shallow breathing. We want to breathe from our bellies and not from our chests, right? So you want to take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth, and that will actually lower your blood pressure, calm you considerably, and make you feel better. But you don't want to be like that old Seinfeld episode with Seinfeld's father screaming, "Serenity now!" You want to be able to really get mindful. And for that, I actually recommend meditation. It's funny because I was on the phone and literally screaming at somebody today because the level of incompetence was like up to here. And I realized after I got off the phone, I was calm in about 10 seconds. And that is really because of my meditation practice. So even when you get angry, you get through it faster and you're able to become calmer. So I tell people you meditate for 15 minutes a day, and that helps you with the other 23 hours and 45 minutes of your day. You're not just meditating for that time, although it's a beautiful experience. You're meditating for the purposes of being able to get through the rest of your day in the 3D world, which is just, the world we live in. So then if you want help with that, if you want more help with that, I do have some other videos. There's videos on my She Transformed page on Facebook and also on the YouTube channel that talk about what the best way is to meditate, that offers some suggestions on how to meditate. So those are the first 2 things that I recommend. The other thing that really helps me, if it's not something like this, if it's something where like, you have a fight with your loved one or something like that, where you're not going to really, it's not a stranger, and it's not just like 1 minute of craziness, it's like an ongoing relationship, then journaling really helps because it's a way of getting things out there, and your journal is private and it is completely forgiving and it's completely non-judgmental and it understands your fears and your angers and your frustrations. So I highly recommend journaling and meditating, and then in the moment, just breathing, because that can make a whole difference. So I hope that's helpful. I know it's very simple, but we do forget to use our tools. So I hope this has been good for you. And this is Hallie Evelyn, and I hope you will join us on our website, shetransformed.com. There's some great freebies there, and on the She Transformed Facebook page. Blessings.